What do BLACKPINK Jennie's songs Mantra and ZEN have in common? Both of the titles are Buddhist terms. Riding on the hallyu wave, Korean Buddhism's global influence is growing bigger. We also hear a lot about the hipness of Buddhist culture these days. Now, for more on this, we are joined in the studio by HyeJu Sunim, Director of the Meditation Center at Jingwansa Temple. Welcome to the program.
Welcome.
Hi, thank you for inviting me here today. Nice to meet you.
Thank you for being here with us today. And first, please, Sunim, tell us a little bit about the Jingwansa Temple.
Jingwansa Temple has a history of over 1,000 years, dating back to the Goryeo dynasty. And it's located on the beautiful Bukhansan mountain, so it has a peaceful environment. And because the temple is nestled in the mountain, so we can feel the natural peacefulness when we get there. So it has a calm and contemplative atmosphere and allowing people to meet themselves and reconnect with their true nature.
Just listening to that description makes me very relaxed.
Yes, that's definitely.
And Jingwansa Temple is also very famous for foreigners. They make frequently visits there as well, and especially because it's one of the 4 major temples surrounding Seoul. So what do foreign tourists experience there?
When there are some international visitors, we offer some meditation practice, so meditation retreat or meditation teaching or class, or we can offer some temple food, tasting temple food, or cooking the temple food. And also we have 수륙제 ceremony, which is a traditional Buddhist ritual honoring ancestors and all the beings who passed away in the past. So we share our ritual ceremony with with the people from all around the world.
And you've actually mentioned just before the Buddhist temple food. We've heard that many foreign tourists are very interested in Korean Buddhist culture, such as temple food, as well as these days temple stays as well. How do they come across these sort of things, and how do they get interested in them?
Usually, I think they see the temple stay program or the temple food via social media or documentary. So they just look at the documentary or some video clips, and then they get interested in it and they want to experience it in person. So they just come to the temple and then find some different kind of programs. And especially the chef Eric Rippert came to Jingwansa, and he learned about how to cook the temple food with mindfulness. So we need some peaceful mind when we cook. So they learn about the mind. And I heard that he's writing a book called Mindful Cooking, and he's mentioning about the Jingwansa temples. Yeah.
And I also believe that Eric Rippert, the chef that you just mentioned, that he sees temple food as a very sustainable and valuable cuisine for the future, especially with climate change and the environment changing around us.
Right. So we have the value. That kind of value in temple food, so we can see the meaningfulness.
All right, now from temple food, now we want to shift over to a slightly different topic, a little bit of K-pop actually.
Okay.
Now, the influence of K-pop stars like Jennie with her songs that include Buddhist elements, as I mentioned before, Mantra and ZEN, and also some mentionings of Buddhism by other K-pop stars like Jang Won-young from IVE.
Oh, yeah.
She recently on one of a talk show in Korea mentioned a Buddhist book as well. So all of this is actually contributing to foreigners having more interest in Korean Buddhism. So first off, Sunim, have you heard of Jennie's Mantra and ZEN, and what do you think of the songs and this influence?
This is a very interesting question. Yes, I listened to both songs, Mantra and ZEN, and I was delighted to hear that songs. Of course, it was quite interesting to hear that, listen to the music, but it was very good, and because it's made by the K-pop star and very young generation.
Right.
So it was quite surprising to me. They are using the Buddhist terms. But in Mantra, I think I think the mantra is not a I mean, it's a Buddhist term, but I think it wasn't used in the Buddhist way. So I think mantra is an English term that is used for the affirmation, or we are kind of chanting, I'm going to be like this, or I'm this kind of person. So I think the mantra is used as a kind of a personal way. So, and for the Zen, it was quite interesting to look at that and listen to that, the lyrics especially. And I saw the music video, and I found that there is an image of the queen of the Shilla dynasty. And then I heard that this is quite Buddhist related cultures embedded in the music video. So I was quite surprised, and I think it suggests that the journey of awakening, realizing one's own energy and the true nature, and living as the 주인공, is the leader of our own lives. So we can see the very meaningful things in the music video. And I think it's very meaningful impact for the younger generation, because when they listen to that, in a subconsciously, they will think about that kind of things. Oh, I'm the leader of my life, or and also I found that everything is one and one is everything in the music video. So I think it talks about the true nature, and true nature isn't changing at all, even though she showed many different kind of expressions or many different kind of appearance. So I think we can find those kind of meaningful values in music video, and I think this is very meaningful time. Yeah.
It makes me want to go back and listen to the songs
and
watch the music video from a different perspective once more.
Right.
Now, the Buddhist community, however, itself is also it appears to be reaching out to the younger generation and to a wider generation with some fun events and also unique merchandise. Do you feel that Korean Buddhism is becoming more hip these days?
I think so. Yeah, I do feel the Korean Buddhism is becoming more hip and appealing to especially younger generation. For example, foreign influencers were visiting Korean temples, and then they showed they shared their experience on social media, and then it became popular. So many foreigners actually saw that, and they came to the Buddhist temple in Korea. So like that kind of things, and also by combining deep tradition with creative expression, it looks more contemporary. So it has a depth of Korean culture, but also it has a contemporary expression. So I think it becomes more hip and appealing to the younger generation. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes, I can definitely see it as well. And the Buddhist community also holds various programs and events to raise awareness of Korean Buddhist culture to the world. Could you introduce some of them to us?
Sure. So there are many wonderful programs and events that introduce Korean Buddhism to the world. The Lotus Lantern Festival a few days ago. Yeah, we had the Lotus Lantern Festival, and many international visitors came to see and experience the Lantern Festival. And also Buddhist Expo, so we can see the younger generation's culture in the expo. And also we have Sun Meditation Festival and Sun Meditation Summit, and it's from the April through the October. So you can visit different kind of temples and different kind of regions to experience different, many various meditation practices and some meditation practices. And also we have Temple Food Grand Festival. So you can join in there, and then we are going to invite some 6 monastic chefs, and then they are going to show how to cook and what is the meaning and value of the temple food. So
I'm very interested in that one.
Yeah.
I'll keep note of those events. Now, what do you think about Buddhism being perceived as a part of hallyu?
hallyu. I think it's very positive that Buddhism is being recognized as part of the Korean hallyu wave. And it means that Korean Buddhism is gaining international awareness, which is a wonderful opportunity. And through this, we can introduce the richer over 1,600-year history and culture of Korean Buddhism to the world, and also share new ways of practicing and living mindfully. So in doing so, we are not just passing on tradition, we are offering people around the world another path to living with greater peace and wisdom and meanings.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. And do you in particular have any upcoming events or projects that you're planning that could be maybe of interest to our viewers?
Yeah, sure. So I mentioned the Temple Food Grand Festival. Right now, many temples are celebrating the Buddha's birthday, and it passed. And then we have a Sun Meditation Festival, which is taking place from April to October across various regions. And different Sun meditation programs are being offered throughout the country. So if anyone be interested in the meditation, it would be a wonderful opportunity to join. And also in June, we will have the Temple Food Grand Festival, and we will be inviting 6 renowned monastic chefs who specializes in traditional Korean temple cuisine. And this year's festival is especially meaningful as we will be reflecting on the cultural significance of the temple food being designated as an important, intangible cultural heritage of Korea. So participants will have the chance to learn about the philosophy and the tradition behind the temple food and to experience its deep cultural and spiritual value. So I warmly invite everyone to come and take part in these meaningful celebrations.
Mm. Well, I can imagine that many foreigners, if they make visits to Korea, it's a very different experience from the regular K-shopping or going to K-pop concerts and so forth. So I guess that's very great information where they can learn a little bit more about Korean Buddhism as well.
Right.
Now, finally, would you have maybe a message to the Culture Wave viewers, or maybe some Buddhist teachings that you would like to share with us?
Sure. So in Buddhism, we emphasize the interdependence and interconnectedness, the understanding that we are deeply connected. Because of this, there is no need to cling or become overly attached. And instead, we can be kind to all beings and recognizing that they are a part of ourselves. And this teaching reminds us that each and every person is truly precious. So I hope you will recognize how valuable you are, and by doing so, naturally share the same the sense of preciousness with others around you. And when we realize our own worth, we naturally come to embrace and honor the worth of others.
It's something that we hear around us, those words, but it's quite difficult to follow at times.
Right.
So hearing from your words makes us kind of reflect deeper on these meanings. So thank you very much, HyeJu Sunim, for sharing your story with us today.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you very much for
Thank you very
inviting
much.
me. Yeah, may you find a
감사합니다.
peace and share it with people around you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you, Walter, as always.
Always,
And
thank
we're going to see you back again soon.
See you very soon.